Real Chip TV, Chip Chatter edition. Thank you for tuning in. This is our favorite time of the week. Get to answer questions from you guys, the fans. But first, we got to talk about the Chip God Fantasy League, man.
Oh, man.
4 2-0 teams right now.
We're one of them.
Yeah, of course we are. Of course we are. I mean, okay, so you got the fake Chip squad, top in the league right now, 307 points for. That's going off.
Yeah,
going off.
Yeah. Good job on that, man.
Yeah.
Fake Chip squad, he named it that.
Yeah.
Took that like, all right.
It's kind of a little jab at us, isn't it?
And you're proving it right
Yeah,
now.
no, he's taking everyone to school. All right, then we got our boy Justin Tribble, Chubb Nation. He's 2-0 as well. We're 2-0, and then Jason Archdeacon from London. His team name, the Glasgow Warriors.
Yes, the Glasgow Warriors.
That's a good name. That's a name.
That's pretty boss there.
Yeah, that is pretty boss. So all the way from the UK. So, and he's making some of you guys look pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's some 1-1 teams fighting. There's some couple 0-2 teams. So, guys are getting schooled by the Brits. All right. So
by all of us, man.
Yeah.
2-0, baby. Let's go.
So we're gonna start. First question for Chip Chatter from Jason Archdeacon, and he asks, what will we do with the linebacker rotation since I saw that both Alonzo and Kendricks were injured in the game?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I was wondering the same thing when I saw those guys go out. Who's going to come in? Who's going to save some face? Because D'Amico's aging. He's injured, coming off an Achilles tear. But Jordan Hicks got in there and really played well.
Yeah.
He'll be remembered for the guy who broke Romo's collarbone.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he played
He
pretty
did play
well.
good,
I mean, for a rookie to get thrust in there, so that everyone was questioning why we picked him, thinking we should go O-line, and I guess I can't really argue there because that's kind of messed up too
Yeah.
right now. But Chip didn't think there was any O-lineman worth taking in the third round to be starters anyway. So he takes Jordan Hicks, and he came in and did a pretty good job.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought the guy for rookie filling in did great. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he can sustain that for a few games.
Getting reps, yeah.
I mean, hopefully he can fill in and do well. Now we're going to go to Instagram, and Zay on Instagram asks, what is the bigger picture problem the Eagles are facing right now? The offensive line blocking or Sam Bradford and the receivers being out of sync?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that the offensive line needs to do a better job, and these receivers and Sam need to get on the same page. And I think the run game and how that's not going as well as everyone planned it, I think that contributes to being able to play a little more coverage. No one's really respecting that run game, and that's a staple of this offense you have to remember. So,
if I had to rank the problems right now, one being on offense, one being the worst, 4 being the least, it would go O-line, receivers, running backs, Bradford. I think Bradford's the least of our problems right now. Guys have played in 2 years, and he's got no time to throw the ball, and he's being asked to throw the ball 89 times for the first 2 games. I mean, that's just too much, and they're just not blocking for the running back. So, so our friend at Nate.Dorley asks, what do you predict the record will be after we lost to the Cowboys? This is a chance for us to redeem ourselves after our bold predictions.
Everyone, I heard on the morning show, 94.1, Angelo Cataldi, someone was like, "You feeling too good about 12-4 anymore?" And he said, "I don't know." So, at the end of the day, it's tough to predict records, and we've proven that the whole city. But at 0-2, I don't think the season's lost, and I'll just say that I still, my stance on this team, until they're mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, they're a playoff contender to me.
Yeah.
So
Division's wide open with this Romo injury.
I mean, the Romo injury, the Dez injury, the Giants stink, and the Redskins. Now, I think every team has shown things in the games where they could emerge with this division. So even the Redskins. So at the end of the day, you got to respect an NFL team.
Yeah, no, I think it's wide open. I mean, my record right now would probably be 10-6. That's what I'm thinking right now.
10-6.
Yeah, I was 13-3, but now I'm 10-6.
People say 10-6 will get you in the division by a long shot, or in the playoffs by a long shot.
Didn't work last year.
Nah, it didn't. But I don't think there's going to be any 12-4 teams by the look of these teams right now.
No, a lot of teams.
But either way, we'll see. Hey, look, long season. Anyone could do it. Yeah. They could go 12-4. I mean, technically, the Eagles could go 14-2. Is that not a possibility? I mean, it's unlikely. Probably the most unlikely thing.
Yeah.
But
you never
next
know.
question.
You never know.
Records are impossible to predict.
Yeah.
But, he gives them 10-6. I say playoffs till they literally can't be. So that's what we're going to keep it at.
literally can't be. All right. At Eli_Soto1 asks, will we finally get to see Kenyon Barner in the backfield?
I don't think so. If anything, you might see him at the return spot, but unless Sproles gets hurt, and still, I don't think they activated him on game day. I'm not exactly sure.
I definitely wasn't on the field. I remember.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been. So I don't think unless there's. DeMarco Murray, the hamstring.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm sorry about all that. Yeah,
never mind. It could happen. All right. At G_Cassie17 asks, do you think the Eagles' offense gets back into their groove against a very good-looking Jets defense?
They are looking very good. Those Jets. We thought they were going to get beat up, but you can only hope. You can only hope that they block, they execute, they do all the little things, and the Jets do look really good. Though I'll definitely say that, and I have a good friend that's a Jets fan, and he's loving it. So I want to beat them.
I know. I want to beat them too.
They are looking good. Like I said, I predicted them to lose this game. Remember? So now, hopefully. So I predicted the first 2 wins, and then this one a loss. So hopefully, I'm completely wrong for the season 0-3. Mm-hmm. So they go first 2 loss and this one a win. That would be nice.
That would be nice. And our friend Bruce getting married this weekend. So
yes, he is.
Congratulations.
We have another
Bruce.
wedding.
You get all the weddings. No one invites me to anything. Yeah. But that's another story. Anyway, at Philly BLD Green asks, what adjustments should be made to get the offense moving?
You gotta just honestly adjust. Yeah, adjustments means something's got to change, and all I think that needs to be changed is that you need to execute.
Yeah, they're just.
I don't think personnel-wise that we're lacking. I just it felt like it got to a point where it got really big for this team, and when you step on the field, people they'll aim for you when you're that hyped up team, and now it seems like for the first time since the Shady trade that there's not really much hoopla about the Eagles. Mm-hmm. The Shady trade happened in March, and since then it's been like Eagles spotlight, Chip's crazy, all this, and then it changes to Chip's a genius, and now it's back to fire Chip. The first time I've ever heard that, but I just think that we can get back down to earth and start playing football. That's the biggest adjustment that needs to be made. It's the game at the end of the day, not all this hype and all this other junk or the ages of the players or the contracts or what they should be doing. No, it's just playing football.
No, I've been saying it all week that they're just, a bunch of new guys coming together, not in sync yet. You got 8 drops from receivers in the first 2 games. Like they're just not. They're not fundamentally. They're not doing the fundamentals. I mean, that's what it is right now. At Birds Over Boys, might need to change that handle. Yeah. Do you feel confident with Sam Bradford at the helm of our offense?
I do. I'm not giving up on the guy. I mean, for what people were talking about him as and what he's performing under, we brought him here to be supported. I've seen a lot of people saying this, and I agree with it. This is exactly what I've been saying, and I'm glad other people are seeing it too, is that we brought him here to be supported by better things so he could play better. And right now he just looks like the Rams quarterback because we look like the Rams when he was there. We're dropping balls. It's like, is it really him, or is it just like I mean, some QBs maybe they just they are dropping balls type.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
the talent's not there.
And for one way or another, he comes here and now all of a sudden we can't run the ball. Like I don't get it. I mean, it's just is he a black cat type bad luck type guy, or
maybe Brooks and Mears running some ladders?
Yeah. I mean. But no, I do have confidence in him. I think if we start executing, running the ball, and making that defense respect and come up to the line, he can get some deep passes vertically. But right now, that's really the biggest thing I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think he's the least of our problems, to be honest, on offense.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
If he keeps developing and stays healthy, I think he's a really good talent.
No, I agree. Next question. At SonicWiz123 asks, What do you think of Bill Davis and his defensive scheme? There was missing a word there to fill it in.
Billy Davis's defensive scheme?
Yeah.
I think at times you need to understand that you don't pay a guy money and think that it's going to blossom new talents. Mm-hmm. Byron Maxwell is a certain skill set player, and when you use him that way, he plays well and makes plays. He punches the ball out. He makes some tackles on third down. He's pretty sturdy. He keeps things in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason he played like that in Seattle is because he had a safety to help him in Earl Thomas. Even though they did play a lot of single high, he was good enough to get there. Our safeties aren't Earl Thomas, so you have to adjust to that. And Chip Kelly always talked about playing players to their strengths, not making a system and bringing the players into that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where that idea got lost in translation, but when you see Byron Maxwell, when he makes the good plays, you see why. Everything's in front of him. He keeps things in front of him. So having a defense on the field for 40-plus minutes, that's just bad for every single defender, but especially the guys who have to run around with the best athletes in the world, arguably, on there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Billy Davis's scheme was the question, and, you go off about the defense because you see the potential, but sometimes you need to adjust it to the player's skills. Byron Maxwell's a downhill, one-side corner that just he can lock down the things in front of him. But when you have him running across the field, trying to stick with one guy, covering one guy, shadowing a guy, you paid him all that money to be Revis, but that's not his skill set. So just be Byron Maxwell, and he'll be better.
Yeah, I only have a few cornerbacks to do that, like Patrick Peterson and Revis. Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head that can just run all over the field.
Exactly.
I mean, they keep Richard Sherman on one side of the field.
And another product of that is the fact that their offense runs the ball. They do things well to keep the defense off the field. The defense gets off the field quick. There's a lot of things that go into having a good cornerback or having a good defensive end or a deep tackle or a linebacker. Everything has to come together. Guys can get exposed, and that's sometimes what happens with Billy Davis because he refuses. He thinks he can play this defense, and that's what I don't like about it. Is it doesn't seem like there's many adjustments. That it's just go play and
go out there. I agree with you, man. At S_Connors28, our friend Sean Connors, he asks, why are Philadelphia Eagles the worst product in football this year and one of the most inconsistent, ugly teams to watch?
Well, pretty much for all the reasons we just talked about. The whole thing.
Just not executing.
If you watch this video, you'll have the answer. That's why we put that question last, because it's like you're going to say, see all of the above.
See the top of the video. I mean, I just think they're just not executing fundamentally. I mean, they're just not doing the little things that need to be done. You don't see Green Bay Packers dropping passes like this.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see the good teams doing things like this.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of penalties, even though home cooking in that first game for Atlanta, but you don't see.
At the end of the day, it catches up to you, and regardless of what you do with penalties, game to game, that's all in the game. But at the end of the day, you just gotta win the game. Like you gotta execute. You don't focus on winning the game, but you just focus on your techniques and what you need to do to get to the win. The win is a result, not an objective. You're trying to get
better.
You're trying to improve. You're trying to get your whole everything down so that you can win, not just, we're going to go in and win. And that's what I think they've been thinking, we can beat anyone. Lane Johnson even said that. We think we got to the point where we thought we were so overconfident we thought we could beat anyone. I like confidence, but if that's how, it does look like that's how they're playing. It's like, if we show up, we'll win. But it's like, no, you still have to block guys. You still have to do the right thing. So just that's why they've been so bad, is that their just execution is just off, and you can see it.
Yeah, when you're feeling high like that, you're gonna overlook minute details, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
That's why. I mean, there's no other explanation. It's just they're just flat out not playing well from how they should be playing. It's everything from every standpoint.
So before we wrap it up, this weekend, taking a real road trip, going up to the Meadowlands. I'm going to the game. And I'm gonna cheer these guys on. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking a miracle in the Meadowlands. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to join me.
No, I can't. I gotta watch this one by myself or something with like a bag full of jelly beans or something like that. Like I went going through a breakup or something. But no, I'm not going. But this guy's gonna turn it all around for us.
I'm feeling a miracle in the Meadowlands.
Silver Linings Playbook. If you ever seen that. We're sending him, and he's going to reverse the juju. So let's please just get this win. Please.
No, we're going to get this, man. And on Sunday, I'll be broadcasting live from the parking lot, so you'll be able to get that. And fly Eagles fly, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got to just stick together.
Yeah, shoot those.
Fly together, man.
Take those jets down. Shoot them down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, all right, man. Thanks for joining us, guys. I will see you on Sunday.